It's July 12th, 2021. Shane and Caleb were on the same bed in the same room, same recording with episode 5 of Anything But Work.
Mm-hmm. We back, baby.
We back, baby.
We back, baby.
It's the dark skinned Meryl and the light skinned Diesel. Oh, okay.
Baby.
And Pop Smoke.
Like, we in Brooklyn, so, we gotta...
Wait, why was that nice, though? Was that really good?
you gotta represent sometimes.
What the fuck is happening? Pop Smoke.
We're back. It's Pop Smoke. Special guest on the podcast.
Yo, Pop Smoke, who getting whack points today?
Whack points to Fabio Foreign for Stay on My Style with a big drip. That was my song. He stole that from me. The song is fire though. I'm not acting even front. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it a New York buck. That song was fire though. But you know what it is, Pop Smoke.
Why am I fucking calm?
And this is episode what?
5.
5? Yeah, episode 5.
Technically 4, 2.
4.5.
4, part 2, 4.5.
Episode 4, part 2 of the Anything But Work podcast.
Starring Shane.
And Caleb.
Formerly Pop Smoke.
And Pop is here today.
Yeah, Pop is here today. And our robot co-host, Bad Ting.
Bad Ting.
Hey, Bad Ting, let them know you're here. Part 2, baby.
Part 2.
Yeah, so we're back. Last episode, Jesus Christ. Like, I'm sure, okay, so just a quick recap. Whack points went to a bunch of sexual predators, including Drake Bell, Kyle Massey, Bill Cosby. We didn't really give them a number, right? I don't think they're all trash.
Yeah, they're just trash. We don't even want to, I feel like we don't even want to put them on our leaderboard because we don't want to have to, bring them up.
Yeah, it's just so if we went back and gave somebody whack points every episode, this episode, last episode rather, it was Jane from Tarzan because she a weirdo.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Caleb jumped into a hot tub, cannonballed
in the hot tub. We spoke a little bit about Fortnite,
and fat phobia. Those are separate conversations. Maybe they should.
Are they?
I just kind of, because, all the Fortnite skins are kind of built off the same skeleton. Like, everybody in Fortnite, has, 0% body fat. And it is a little weird.
It is a little weird.
It's a little weird.
It's a little weird.
So you could never put somebody who's fat in Fortnite or, short.
It's kind of messed up, man.
Oh, Kevin Hart's never going to be in the game. It's crazy, bro.
Wow.
Well, no, I mean, if you play as Kevin Hart, you'd be cheating. You're 2 heads shorter than the next tallest character. Headshots are going to be a lot harder. But, okay, yeah, that's kind of also the weird thing about Fortnite is put our character in the game, but that means LeBron James is going to be running around with an assault rifle.
Who says he doesn't do that now?
I don't know. I feel like Shannon Sharp probably thinks he does. But I don't think that's LeBron's day to day. He's chilling with the Looney Tunes.
Definitely not. LeBron's just at his son's high school basketball game. And recording Space Jam and being a wholesome father and drinking some wine.
Isn't it kind of crazy that there are mad celebrities just showing up for those high school games?
Actually, you know that Drake rented out Dodgers Stadium in Los Angeles to take one of Bronny's son's mom on a date? Bronny's teammates.
Yeah, I was about to say, because that would be LeBron's wife.
Yeah.
And that was, okay.
Bronny is LeBron James' son.
Yes. And Bronny has a teammate who has a mother.
Yeah.
Who apparently was attracted to
his
Drake.
teammate. His teammate's name is Amari Bailey. He's a pretty top prospect for college basketball.
Okay.
Potentially the NBA. And Drake took his mom out on a date.
What is with
and he rented out the entire Dodger Stadium for that date.
Dating people's parents. That's rough. Because wasn't Lori Harvey, wasn't she with Diddy?
Yeah.
And his son?
Yeah. But the thing is though, Drake is a parent himself.
Well, yeah, no, I'm saying it's not as weird for Drake because Drake has, he fathered a child.
Yeah.
Well, he was hiding a child.
But why is he picking up moms at high school basketball games?
That's what I'm saying. Why was he at the high school basketball game? That's what was blowing me at first. I was like, yo, like, grown ass man. Like,
Yeah.
it's like your kid's not here.
It's also like I feel bad for that kid because he's a pretty popular basketball player.
Well, I just heard about him because Drake's
decent Instagram following, and like obviously he plays on the same basketball team as LeBron James' son, so like he gets that sort of popularity from that. But like from now on, everywhere he goes, people are gonna be clowning him, saying, Drake and your mom, Drake and your mom, Drake and your mom,
Drake and your mom,
yeah.
Drake and your mom. Gonna make a little song out of a remix. Yo, that's tough.
That is tough.
I can't imagine that.
A date in a stadium, just a one-on-one date in a whole stadium, though.
I'd kind of freak. Like, what did they do there?
They just ate it was like a dinner.
Wow.
They had like a private dinner. They had like a table.
It just feels like the stadium, like, is the view particularly nice?
Like a waiter.
A baseball diamond.
I don't know. It just seems so unnecessary because it's just like, what food are you getting? Are you eating like the stadium food?
I mean, it kind of makes me think like, if you're rich, like money's no object.
Yeah.
And you're just going to keep making money. So it's kind of like, I'll drop $100,000.
I wonder how much that costs to rent out the stadium to eat.
I mean, I want to find it's making us as poor folks look bad. I would take Jasmine. I'd rent out Barclays Center, but I definitely cannot afford that.
What can you rent out?
The Chuck E. Cheese, like. I mean, that's probably a little expensive to rent because renting out it means
that's what I'm saying.
No one else can go in.
Yes.
So like,
that's a lot.
That's not a small amount of money. That's not a small amount. Like you could rent out like a wedding venue, but that's kind of like built for that,
Yeah, but that's built for wedding for that's expensive.
It's a couple of G's.
Weddings are like really expensive.
Yeah, they're like that's a lot of money to get married, and I mean like I suppose if this is what you're aiming for, you're probably only going to do it once. But I don't know. I don't know if I drop that much bread on that.
On the stadium, then you set the precedent, right?
I mean, yeah. Where are you going to get married? The moon, like.
Actually, this brings up a conversation that we hadn't spoke about.
It does actually. Wow, what a great segue. Wow. Okay, Caleb, go ahead. Shoot it.
Yeah, but basically, there was alleged news that came out that James Harden, NBA player, plays for the Brooklyn Nets, superstar basketball player.
Yeah, came from the Rockets too, so H-Town, baby. H-Town and Brooklyn.
He allegedly cash apped Sweetie $100,000 to go on a date with him. What are your thoughts on that?
So she kept the money, right?
I mean, I would hope so.
Yeah, it's a hot girl summer, baby.
Yeah,
they're up. Hot girls are up this summer.
Yes, she's up. She's definitely up. I would do that. Yeah. I would go on the date.
She's up. Oh, I don't know if I'd go. $100,000. He's trying. I mean, at that point, I'm just kind of like, well, I'm thinking about it, but I just feel like I need a little bit more persuasion.
I mean, this is like it's like a thing nowadays. Or not a thing, but like popular term called simping.
Oh. We have to explain what simping is. My grandma listens to this. I've said worse. Okay, yeah, simping.
I don't even know how to describe it.
Let's look up the Urban Dictionary definition. What is simping? Bam, y'all. We have the top definition of simping off urbandictionary.com. So I'll do a dramatic reading in a second. When you infatuate over women, allowing them to take over your mind and cause you to do things for them that you wouldn't normally do. Friend, I'm going to have to leave this game. I want to see what Ann is doing right now. The boys, you're simping, bro. A little gender essentialist, but yeah. So, when you are infatuated and a part of your mind is possessed by this infatuation. And there are levels to simping.
Yeah.
There are levels to simping,
I think largely when people speak about it, online, they're referring to some sort of monetary transaction that's involved.
People simping over internet celebrities,
Yeah.
OnlyFans accounts.
Definitely. Yeah, Twitch streamers. Because I feel like the Urban Dictionary definition doesn't really do a good job in defining the way that it's actually used, like, culturally, because that just seems like the dude is just trying to give his girlfriend some quality time, which you should do if you're in a relationship. That's not simping.
Yeah, that time is important.
Simping is like paying $100,000
to someone you
don't know for the potential to go on a date.
I think that's what makes simping. It's like, so earlier we were saying Saweetie was up, like James Harden is just down bad in this situation because it's like, wow, like 100 G's, like it's simping. I feel like a part of it, how it's popularly used, is about, oh my goodness, I literally say this word all the time and now I completely forgot it. That makes me so upset.
The term he was looking for is parasocial relationships. Look it up.
But it's basically the idea of, like, it's a projection of a relationship onto somebody that doesn't know you. And it's really big on the internet because, there you got e-celebs or whatever. You watch other content. Like, you literally watch what they do most of their day if they're, like, big streamers.
Yeah.
But, like, it's a completely one-sided relationship. Yes. In which you are entirely invested, and they're only invested in you as far as, like, you're the number on a screen that represents, like, a subscriber, like a fan. Yeah. Which isn't to say they don't appreciate your existence, but, like, your existence as you, like, they can't possibly know that.
No, not at all.
They don't know who you are. And so simping, you have people, like, doing wild, like, really, like, and the worst case, like, stalker type stuff for strangers, and it's really creepy.
Really, really creepy.
It's really creepy, and it's like, okay, you might need to, touch some grass, get off Twitter, like,
just hug somebody, bro.
Yeah, get a hug.
Yeah.
But don't let it linger, because, like, you're already doing some weird attachment stuff right now. You got to get that figured out. So I guess in this case, was James Harden simping? I guess it's hard to tell, because, like, we were just talking about the Dodger Stadium thing. Like, you got bread, like, money's no object.
I mean, we know at this point that James Harden is a very generous man.
Yeah.
And his it's well documented in the type of money that he puts up in his nightlife.
In singles.
Uh-huh. And he's just, I feel like he's paying his due. Mm-hmm. It shows, it's a sign of respect, really. It's a sign of great appreciation. And it's
James Harden is a big fan of strip clubs. He's a big fan of strip clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which there's nothing wrong with that.
At all. It's just like, it's his thing. So what Caleb is getting at is that
SpongeBob meme that I sent to you today.
I'm so glad this podcast is not visual, because I'm not putting that meme up. Caleb sent me, like, a meme about eating food at a strip club, and I can't get the image out of my head. Okay, so obviously, whole tangent, but, like, SpongeBob. No, seriously, like, why is SpongeBob? I'm actually really curious about this. Like, the ultimate meme. Like, you can put SpongeBob in any context, and it's hilarious.
Okay, I think I feel like there are a few reasons, and I think there are, like, certain things that, like, just make a good meme.
Yeah.
Number one, like, I feel like it has to be culturally relevant, and, like, everyone in our generation, like, and lower, has watched SpongeBob.
Yes.
And I feel like those, like, our age, like, maybe a little bit older, and, like, definitely younger, those are the primary people who are, like, really, like, sharing
and active on the internet.
Active meme, like, sharing memes, laughing at memes.
Yeah. Just being a part of that culture and building it.
Exactly. And so I feel like that's a big part of it, because it's culturally relevant. And then secondly, it's just because like SpongeBob just has a lot of memorable moments.
That's true, especially those first 3 seasons. But even like I've seen memes from like afterwards.
Yeah.
Like the SpongeBob meme where it's like the capital text, lowercase text alternating. I was like, oh, that's later season SpongeBob. But you know, like there's some classics like the My Leg dude.
Yep.
Like, oh brother, this guy stinks. Or like I have the whole speech from a chocolate episode memorized where the dude is like
The whole speech?
where it's like every morning, like I break my arms. It's like at night, like I break my legs. No, he's like in the afternoons I break my legs. At night, my heart attacks rock me to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me props. I'm just saying, like, there's just so much of weird shit in that show.
No, there's a lot. There's a lot to pull from. There's a lot of content.
Yeah. And, you know, the internet loves content.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. What do you think? Why is it that SpongeBob is the go-to?
I feel like it's just, like, the absurdist humor in the show sets it up really well for, like, internet culture, but obviously before internet culture existed.
Yeah.
Like, remember the episode where he's, like, afraid to go outside? And then it's like, oh, like, Patrick's supposed to show up in, like, a monkey suit to, like, get him to go out there.
Yeah.
But then it's, like, a real, like, live-action, like, monkey. And it's, like, he rides a donkey. It's just weird. Like, they just threw, like, a bunch of, like, non-sequiturs in there. And the writing is funny enough where it, like, it works. But then that's, like, internet humor.
That is.
Yeah, where it's just, like, non-sequitur and, like, all that stuff. It just ages really well.
I feel like a lot of for anyone who may be listening or who may have listened to all episodes of this show so far.
Somehow.
First of all, thank you.
Seriously.
Second of all, it's probably pretty clear that Shane and I are like I've spent a lot of time on the internet.
Far too much. Time will never get back.
So it seems as if we're pretty in touch with things like this.
Yeah, I like to think so.
And things that, you know, active memes that kind of exist
pop up on the
for better or for worse.
Usually for worse.
And so, you know, if you understand the things that we're saying, that's great.
We appreciate
that. But if you don't, let us know,
please.
Maybe we can do a better job at like framing or like framing the conversation.
Yeah, somebody's listening and they're like, mean.
Yeah.
Like, what is that?
Exactly.
It's like I've never heard of this Mr. SquarePants.
No, I feel like everyone
knows. He's Mickey Mouse. Yeah. Essentially. Yo, I went to Disney World.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I went to Disney World.
How was that?
Weekend. A week before last. It was amazing. It was my first time. I got a lightsaber. First of all, I didn't realize. So I'm not much of a planner. Yeah. I'm not. It's not a strong suit of mine. It's something I'm developing as a person, but it's not a strength.
Okay.
I realized that if you don't go to Disney World with a plan, you're missing 80% of the experience.
Okay.
For one thing, the entire like facility in Orlando, like the campus, is the size of San Francisco.
Really?
Really, dude.
Like as far as like actual like acreage?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and it's 5 full parks.
Wow,
in one location.
That's insane.
Like before, I always thought, okay, the castle's in the middle, and then you walk around and all this stuff. No. So the one with the castle, Magic Kingdom. Mm-hmm. Then you have Epcot. It's like the giant golf ball looking thing, and that's like international influence and stuff. You have the Animal Kingdom, which I think the Avatar land is at. Mm-hmm. Not the last Airbender, the blue one.
The blue Avatar, yeah.
Yeah. And then you have Hollywood Studios. That's where I went. That has like Star Wars and Toy Story Land, like all this stuff. Yeah. And so there's all these different like full scale like amusement parks that you can ride like trains or like this bus service between, and it's just like absurd.
Yeah. So like
I went to Star Wars Land and I was like, yo, like I really want to get like a custom lightsaber built. And I walk up to them and they're like, oh, like is your appointment like set on the app? And I'm like, oh, there's an app and there has to be appointments. Like, oh, let me set one up right now.
Yeah.
Dude, the next available one was in August. It's like, how do I play myself like this? Like, You can't go there without a plan. Like
That's absurd, though.
It's absurd.
I understand, like planning ahead, but booking like a Star Wars building class
like you just walk in and build a lightsaber. Like, is it
2
that
months
deep?
before. That's actually absurd. I wonder if COVID had something to do with that.
I think so, but also like no, because this is Florida.
That's true.
So like Disneyland was on the safer end, I guess, but most people were maskless the majority.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, I got my shots, as you should if you're listening.
Yeah.
So I felt some sense of security. You know,
That's
I wore my mask most of the time if I was like indoors or whatever. But like I flew the Millennium Falcon. That was like a ride. Crazy.
You flew it? What was that like?
I flew it. It was amazing. It's like I was actually flying it.
It's like a virtual reality kind of thing? Or?
No, like they rebuilt the cockpit.
Oh.
And so like it's like, you know, like the window out front, that's like it was like a VR thing out there, but you're actually in like a recreation of like I walked through the hallways, the chess table was there,
Oh, wow.
or whatever. Like it was I think that's what like made Disney like because I went to Universal Studios in the same trip.
Yeah.
And it was cool. Like I went to the Harry Potter world and it was like neat. But like the attention to detail at Disney was like next.
So I've been to Harry Potter World. I think I went to Disney World / Universal probably like in 2013 or something like that.
Okay.
And I don't even think Disney owned Star Wars yet.
This was right after they bought them, so the land didn't open up for like years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do remember going to Harry Potter World, and like when you first step into the gates, it honestly is a magical feeling.
Yeah.
It's just like, whoa, like I'm really here. You feel as if you're, I don't even know the name of the city or whatever.
Like
it's called.
Hogsmeade, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or did you see like the place where he bought his wand or whatever?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. It felt like you were there,
Exactly,
right? Like,
exactly. It's so cool.
It's really cool. It almost makes you forget.
And they have like the food and like drinks that you would see like
butter beer, bro.
Yeah, the butter beer.
That shit is delicious.
Yeah.
It's really good. It was amazing.
Would you go back? What did you miss? Was there anything that you missed that you wanted to see?
I didn't ride a bunch of rides. I rode one ride at Universal.
Yeah.
It was fun. Just the line was really long, and then like I just feel like I missed out.
Oh,
on
you only rode one ride?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess you went.
Well, I rode one roller coaster. I rode like more than that as a ride, but like you know, loop the loops and stuff. Yeah. I feel like I can't handle them anymore. Like my body was getting like.
Is that your first time in Florida?
That was my first time in Florida.
What's your thoughts on the state?
It's definitely Florida. I mean, Orlando, I feel like doesn't really count because it's like so obviously like a tourist.
Yeah.
City. Like I didn't even see Orlando proper the entire time I was there. There's so many bootleg gift shops. Like very extravagant bootleg
like
gift
what?
Shops.
Mikey Mouse?
No, but like a full like you know, like the little mer woman. Like but it was like a full scale massive statue of her on top of the.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was just like, wow, like they really went in for like no reason.
That's actually
it was kind of absurd.
I love when there's like knockoff brands that are just like, we know exactly what you're ripping off right now.
Right, but you gotta be sly about it. Finding Norman.
Like
yeah,
when they had
the fish.
Have you ever had the Count Chocula?
First of all, Count Chocula slaps. Is Count Chocula even a ripoff of anything?
I think it is, right? Isn't it like a ripoff of Cocoa Puffs or like
Cocoa Pebbles
or
something
like that?
What I mean, that's like just the genre of cereal. Like they got their own. A better example for cereal would be like the Malta meal stuff. So the stuff that's in the big bag.
Okay, yeah, that's
and then it's like Fruity Loops, and it's like you're pushing it. It's low key better.
Luck of the charm.
Yeah, no, it's the Colossal Berry Corn Crunch, and I'm like, this is Captain Crunch, bro. Like, it slaps though. It's really, I think it's kind of better.
Actually, with Lucky Charms, you know how the marshmallows, they all used to be like different shapes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know that they're actually like all the same shape, and they've always have been.
Stop. I know what you're doing, and you know how you fucked up is you said the wrong cereals. Trix. Trix used to have
Which one
different
is Lucky
shapes.
Charms?
Lucky Charms is the one with the marshmallows.
Yeah. Oh, magically delicious.
Yeah. It's a fruity taste. No, sorry. Now I'm getting Fruit Loops.
Wait, Trix doesn't have marshmallows?
No.
Yeah,
You
I'm
need
saying
to-
the marshmallows, they used to be like shapes. Like there's like a rainbow marshmallow. It looked like a rainbow.
Wait, are you saying that they changed it into like now they're not shapes?
It's never been shapes.
Yes, they were.
I'm telling you.
There, one was shaped like a balloon, another was a rainbow,
It never existed. Look it up. It's a Mandela effect.
Oh God. Is it the Berenstein Bears or the Berenstain Bears? It's because the whole Mandela effect is named after everyone thinking that Nelson Mandela like died in a different year. Or was still alive or something.
Like everyone thought he died in like the 90s or something like that.
Right.
He really died in like 2014.
It's like, bro, your memory's just trash. Just confess your sin.
Okay, wait. Tell me, what do you think? Do you think Lucky Charms have shapes?
They were shapes. I'm telling you, they do. You can go. I wish someone was awake right now because I would definitely like call them and be like, "Okay, Caleb's on bullshit right now." Yo, Pop Smoke, what do you think? Pop.
Hey, it's Pop Smoke. I got Google. I got Google on me. Cause you know I got the smartphone. Ain't no Blackberries, ain't no sidekicks. 2021. We got the Google on me. So I Googled the Lucky Charms. And to be honest, they really are magically delicious. They really are magically delicious. I be eating these marshmallows every day and believe that they are shapes. They got the 4-leaf clover, they got the rainbow,
Horseshoe.
they got the horseshoe, all the magical wand type shit. Damn, bro, I couldn't go a single day without my Lucky Charms. Damn, I was wrong. You're right.
Yeah,
it is Trix.
See, Trix. Yeah, Trix is the ones that they're spheres. If you remember them as shapes.
Yeah.
They're always spheres. I think. I don't even care, man. I don't even eat Trix.
Yeah,
that's a C tier cereal.
It is. I honestly don't even eat cereal that much nowadays.
It's kind of sad. I thought as an adult I would just eat mad cereal, and I just like, God, no, I don't have time for
now
that.
I'm in the grocery store, I'm like, damn, those Cheerios look pretty good.
Bro, I almost bought Raisin Bran this week.
Yeah, that Special K right there.
Yo, I bought yogurt and granola. I'm out here having like a balanced breakfast.
I eat oatmeal every morning. It's really good.
It is. It's just like, is it bad that I'm into this like more the stuff I thought I was lame when I was a kid? Or is it just like, wow, like Lil Me was like trash. He had no taste. Like,
yeah,
it's missing out.
The thing is, when you're a kid, I think you just have you're more attracted to like sweet things.
Yeah, you're locked into your niche.
Yeah,
and
like those are the taste buds. Your taste buds expand a little bit. You grow. You become more accustomed to the bitter things.
Yeah, try new things. Like, oh, this
Drink
asparagus kind of slap.
First time I had wine, I was like, this is trash. Why would I?
I was like, I waited how long for this? What?
I love it.
Yeah, wine slaps. Sophisticated.
Yeah.
Granted, I do feel like my taste in wine is a little childish. Like, I like that sweet shit. But
you gotta drink some more red wine, man. You gotta have it with your dinner.
I have a respect for it. It does enhance meals sometimes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not like you're not drinking it to like get drunk or whatever. It's just you enjoy it.
That's the compliment.
Exactly.
Palate. Damn. We're so old. We were just reflecting, like, it's been 5 years since we graduated from high school. As of like last month.
Yeah. Which
is like, wow. On one hand, it feels like I haven't been in high school for so long. On the other,
it is
5 years. Is just, it feels like it's
flown by.
It's flown by. I mean, it probably doesn't help that I'm sitting in a room right now with one of my best friends from high school having a conversation.
What do you remember, like, what's one of your favorite memories?
One of my favorite memories?
Yeah.
This is such a good one. I'd say, like, I really enjoyed most everything that happened our junior year, but I think my favorite memory was the night before you graduated.
That was a good night.
That was a great night. So for like context, boarding school kids, for a number of reasons, we all end up being very repressed. You know, dominant social culture is driven by very rich people who kind of do that, especially when every adult there has to act as a surrogate parent.
Yeah.
So like the last night before graduation, we have a thing called senior cry. If you're not familiar, you basically just have all the seniors sitting in a room until like 2 a.m. sharing memories, taking turns and stuff. Usually somebody ends up confessing that they had a crush on somebody the whole time, on the off chance that they could finesse that into a hookup at senior parties after graduation. I mean, that's kind of the only reason people confess, right?
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Like,
for the hope.
Yeah. On the off chance.
They simp a little bit.
Yeah. No, because Caleb and I, we were simps in high school.
No, not at all. It was the opposite.
Oh, Caleb wasn't the simp.
No. Actually, okay. I wouldn't say it was the opposite. I would just say that we both had no game.
Yeah, I think that's a more accurate way to put it.
Yeah.
There is just no game at all.
Yeah.
Only game between me, Caleb, and the rest of the homies was Caleb's Xbox. Like, it just wasn't. It wasn't there, and we got better, but
kinda.
Yeah, but at the time, I don't like. I'm in a relationship, and I'm like, I have no game.
Yeah.
There's no sauce here.
Yeah, I got no juice, no sauce.
No juice. But all that to say,
it's water.
I don't know if that was Caleb or Pop who said that. Senior cry, everybody knows confessing their feelings or just, getting stuff off their chest. I'll never forget my little thing because I stood up and I did this whole thing and I swear nobody was listening. And I was like, if this is not emblematic of my experience in high school, I don't know what is. But after
what did you say? Do you remember?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I shouted out all the homies. I was like, there's more people than I could possibly name. And everybody was just kind of talking in the back. I was like, I don't even think anyone noticed I stood up. And I was in the middle of the room. I had the microphone. I was like, yo, I'm straight talking here.
Yeah.
No one cares. Hey, shout out the homies. I shouted out this one time that I photoshopped myself into a picture of these two white girls freshman year met Justin Bieber. Backstage of a show, and I photoshopped my face into the background. I was like, "Yo, I was there too," and I posted it on Facebook. I was wild. I feel like the level of shit post that I was on at 14,
you were ahead of your time.
I was ahead of my time because I feel like if I posted that now, it would have banged. It would have been crazy. People just weren't there yet.
No,
it's from Back to the Future. He's it's your kids are gonna love it.
Yeah,
yeah. So. But I mentioned that, and I think one of the girls heard her name. Was like, "What?" And I was like, "Okay, at this point, it's just over. The moment's passed." But that's not why this is my favorite memory. Afterwards, usually we have a strict curfew, but it's we're about to graduate at 7 a.m. the next day.
Yeah,
they kind of just let us mill about, and so we're
never ever happened
ever. It was 4 years of if you're not in the house by 9:45 p.m. 7:45, you're a freshman.
Yeah.
It's your ass.
Yeah.
There will be problems. So just being able to just be around security was just kind of vibing. I was like, yo, this is dope. I really feel like this is the end of this long journey. We're about to link with the homies and I don't know, eat goldfish outside. It's gonna be great. So that's exactly what we were doing. We were watching over the soccer field, eating goldfish. We start hearing this chanting in the distance, and it's growing stronger. A few days before that, there was a student who basically they had this whole thing the last 10 days before graduation, just don't do anything wrong because if you do, you won't walk.
Yeah.
So some kid did. I don't even remember what he did. He was drinking, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So he just
and probably some sort of drug that we aren't aware of.
Yeah, we didn't identify whatever it was. I mean, kids liked coke in high school.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I just saw it happen at prom, and I was like,
it's kind of wild. That's a thing.
I mean, we were 17. It's actually very young.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's what's going on over there? What's going on? But we just hear this chanting, and basically a bunch of kids were very upset that one guy couldn't walk. So security used to drive these little custom golf carts around campus, and a huge crowd is dragging one of these cars up the street, up until they're behind us on this ledge where we're looking at the soccer field. And kids are like jumping on top of us, like, yo, fuck this shit, the school's a prison. Ah! And then we're like, yo, like, this is funny, like, this is hilarious.
Like, look at that. Wow. That's crazy.
And then two kids, like, tear the windshield off the car, throw it on the ground. We're like, okay, it's escalating. I'm gonna pick my carton of goldfish up. We might need to vacate the premises.
Yeah.
So we end up like hiding in like our friend's dorm, and this is a girls' dorm. So we were just kind of like chilling. I was like, "Oh, I've never seen your room before, Dom. Like, cool in here."
Mm-hmm.
Like, and we were just kind of chilling, minding our business, and then everybody starts freaking out. We get a text like, "Yo, the Gestapo are out!" Like, oh no! And it's like she wasn't the principal, so we didn't have a principal. We had a headmaster.
Uh-huh.
But in terms of this woman actually was the principal, like you got sent to her office, like it's a bad time for you.
Uh-huh.
She basically woke up, got the security people, and like the children have gone too far. So she's like, if I catch you outside, it's over for you.
You're done.
You're done. So we're like, okay, let's continue to hide. And then this one kid is like super inebriated and like the middle of this quad, and he like passes out, like he's tweaking. It's just like, oh no. So eventually, like Caleb and I, Caleb, our homie Kofi, we're just like, okay, we gotta head back to the crib on the other side of campus. So we're like, okay, like we could like take the street, and then
it's
our guy
one street for reference.
It's just one street, one lane,
one long ass street,
right? So our homie like is DMing us. He's our junior friend. He's like, yeah, like it's bad. Like some junior or another guy that we knew like went out and like got caught, and like we lived in like Barton, which is like the guys' dorm.
Yeah,
there were several, but like this is like where the wild things are type shit. Like people were wilding. So we had to get there from the other side of campus, and we couldn't take the main street because all security decided to surround that building. So we had to like go into the soccer field. We're like stomping through mud. I had like a blanket with me for no reason, and my laptop, and a carton of gold. What was I doing?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why.
I don't know why I was carrying all this stuff. But we end up like just hiding in the grass, waiting for them to leave our building.
Yep.
And we literally watched the sunrise.
We were down there for hours.
Hours. We had no choice but to just talk, but it was just nice to reminisce.
Yeah.
With some of my best friends in life to this day.
That was a great night.
It was a really great night. Yeah, so we just kind of eventually climbed back in, slid in through the bathroom window. Somebody opened it up for us. Assessed the damage.
I think I got like an hour of sleep before graduation.
Yeah, I'm not.
If you look at any of those photos, I actually look terrible.
We look super dead.
Yeah,
we look super dead. I think I actually used the photo of me and you from graduation is part of the thumbnail for the first episode of the podcast.
Yeah.
And like at first I was like, oh, it's an artistic decision. I'll like block our eyes out. But like if you saw, like the bags are crazy. Like we were super dead.
Yeah.
We were super dead. Yeah. But that was a great time.
Uh-huh.
All right, your turn.
My turn. All right. I've been thinking of one, and this definitely isn't my favorite memory.
But it's a memory.
But it's a very memorable memory. And I have to preface this conversation by saying I did not participate in this.
No.
I was just an observer.
Oh, no. I know what this is now.
Wait, do you? I don't know.
I know.
I feel like there are multiple things that... No.
Okay. No. It's not that. Never mind. I don't know.
Definitely not that. So we played Super Smash Bros. Pretty heavily. In high school.
It's the name of the group chat. Like this is
our group chat. We call ourselves the Smash Bros. It's nerdy, whatever. That's just us. That's just vibes. And we have one friend. His name is. Actually, maybe we should cut this out.
Cut that out.
Yeah.
Cut that out.
I'm going to reserve any names in this conversation because
we need to protect the innocent, or not so.
Yeah. But anyway, this one friend, good friend, great friend of ours, he's like ultra competitive.
Yeah.
Ultra competitive person. Actually, like, in fact, freshman year, like, we kind of fuck with him a little bit. And we would, like, bang on his door in the middle of the night, and he would, like, sprint down the hallway in his boxers and come chase after us.
He just
chase after us.
He's got a fighter's spirit.
It's a fighter spirit. Actually, one day...
It's like a mean Goku.
It was actually one day, and I took it a little too far because he was in his room, and we were, like, trying to, like, just knock on his window from the outside. And I threw a rock at his window, and this shit shattered. But anyway, that's a different story.
That's not the story.
No, that's not the story.
I didn't even know that happened.
That's not the story at all. The story is that we were playing. Well, so that's one person who was playing, and there's this other kid, who we weren't as close with. He was a year above us. Just like this lanky kid from Chicago, and like he was an interesting dude.
Yeah. Very interesting.
I'm not really sure how to
There's no way to describe him. He's just like a really, like, I don't even know.
He spent, okay, for reference, he spent hours, like days, weeks building this dead mouse head.
Oh yeah, Dead Mouse the DJ.
And he was Dead Mouse the DJ, and he was extremely, extremely proud of building this head. And then Shane ripped the ear off.
Okay, one, in your attempt to describe him, you instead describe me, and without context, mind you. Listen, I'm not gonna say that I wasn't an asshole when I was 14 years old, but one, before I'm judged by the court of public opinion, consider we were all assholes. 2, he was an asshole first. And 3, I was protecting myself. Or at the very least, I told him what would happen.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
If what? If he did what?
No, so there's this thing, and okay, I don't say this word anymore.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because I say a lot of words. But we had a system in high school called the bitch card.
Yeah. And
how it worked is that if somebody said that they were going to do something in a, sort of like a solid statement, like, yo, like, but even if it's like kind of like sarcastic, right? Like, for example, I'm gonna go line up in this line and go piss in this corner.
Yeah.
If somebody followed that up with bitch card, you'd have to do that.
Uh-huh.
Or they would slap you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually so weird that it's like a perfect descriptor for one of the powers in Jujutsu Kaisen. Sorry, it's anime's weird. Anyway, yeah, like that was the system. And basically I was at the dorm, I was over there, and this dude is like, yo, like, I don't even remember. I was kind of being annoying, but I deserved this.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, oh yeah, I'm hanging out with you guys. And then he was I think I said, oh, I'm gonna run over to my dorm really quick. And he goes like, bitch card. And he knew I wasn't like actually gonna leave. I wasn't trying to.
Yeah.
It's like, no, like I'm not trying to like leave the room. I'm hanging out with everybody. He's like, oh, leave right now, or I'm gonna slap you.
Uh-huh.
Mind you, this is my first time hearing about this system in the first place. So after I had it explained to me, I was like, I'm not about to get slapped over to standing in someone's room hanging with my friends. Like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
So I was like, I just started getting angrier and angrier as the conversation continued. I was like, wow, he's really going to slap me over this. And my eyes focused on his prized possession. Mind you, I was one of the first people he told about building it, and he was like really into it. I was like supportive of the process. So listen, I felt a little evil in that moment, and I was just like, if he hurts me, I know the only way to hurt him in a reciprocal way, because at the time I was not as tall as him. I couldn't like jump up to slap him.
Yeah.
And that's just gonna escalate, and I'm black, he's not. Like, I'm gonna get kicked out. So I'm like, okay, if I get slapped, I've already decided what my course of action is going to be.
Yeah.
Like, nothing was gonna stop me in that moment, because I was pissed. So sure enough, like by the time he's winding up, I'm already smirking because I already know I'm about to ruin this man's day,
Ruin his whole career.
I'm about to ruin his whole career. I don't care.
Yeah.
I've already made the decision. The die is cast.
You're like waiting for the slap at that point.
I was just cheesing.
Yeah.
I'm like, go ahead, bro. He slapped me. I didn't even feel that shit. The same motion. I kept moving forward. And yeah, I tore the ear off. And literally, I can hear in slow motion, like my hand going on it and starting to tear.
Yeah.
Like he's screaming. He's like, no!
No!
Yep, then I like threw it to the ground. I ran to my door. So if anything, I followed through on the promise. All that to say, these are the two people playing Smash Brothers together.
Okay, yes. Bring it back to the originals. The original story.
Yeah.
These are the two people that are playing Super Smash Bros. Together. And it's getting heated. It's
Real
getting
heated.
heated because the one person, the one that Shane ripped that air off of his helmet, he was winning every single game.
Yeah, he was
winning every single game, and he was talking shit, and he was rubbing it in the other person's face. And like I said, the other person was sort of a hothead at the time, ultra competitive, and ready to throw hands at any point in time. So they're like, okay, bet, let's put a wager on this.
Always a dangerous game.
After every win, the person who wins gets to spank the other person one time with a ping pong paddle.
So, I've never asked this before. Why was that? Why were those the stakes of this competition?
And to give even more context, by spank, I mean the person would have to bend over the couch, and the other person would be behind them and wind up the paddle and spank them. One time, just one slap, one quick hit. Okay?
I don't know if that answers my question, but yes, I understand.
So
it's the what, not the why.
It's
I
not
think the why is what I need, but I'm not gonna get it.
No, you're not gonna get the why. That's long gone. Anyway,
yeah,
that one kid kept winning and winning and winning and winning. After every win, he was rubbing it in his face. Let's go! Bend over that couch right now, boy. I'm about to spank your ass. and he would wind up and spank him with the ping pong paddle after every win. And it was like countless. This went on for like at least an hour, probably more. These games are quick games. They're like 5 minutes long. So there's a lot of spanks in there.
It's adding up. He was getting sore on the couch, like.
And you could just see at that point, the kid who was losing, he just stopped talking. Like his face, like he went into ultra instinct mode, just pure focus, pure rage, pure anger. And he was just so focused on trying to win a single game so he can get that one spanking. And eventually he won. And he got the ping pong paddle. First of all, he celebrated. Let's fucking go! Yeah! Let's go, boy! Bend over that couch right now. Come on, you about to get it. You about to get it right now, son. Bend over. Right? So the kid, obviously, he abides by the rules. He lost. He has to get his spanking. So he bends over the couch. And our friend, he grabs the ping pong paddle. He goes to the other side of the room and gets into like a track stance. And he charges up and sprints across the room and slaps his ass so hard that he literally shattered the ping pong paddle. It was like a hard wood paddle. That thing splintered into like 50 pieces. And that was like the loudest contact noise I've ever heard in my life. And that is known as the spank pong moment amongst us. And so that's not my favorite memory, but it's up there. It's a very memorable memory. It's a good one. And it also just goes to show how weird boarding school is, because it's just like we literally had nothing else to do. Yeah. And we were so bored that I'm not gonna say we.
Yeah, now we.
I did not participate. Once again, I did not participate.
We are witnesses to these events.
We were only witnesses. And they were so bored that they decided to spank each other. And it got personal. It got real personal. So yeah, that's
I see.
That's a great memory for me.
Well, I'm trying to remember. I think you and I got in trouble for this freshman year. So we had two senior friends who had like they lived in they had like a room together. So they were kind of like the RAs basically on like the floor below mine in my dorm. But they were like super cool guys. Like I honestly want to catch up with them. I think they're in New York.
Oh, that would be dope.
But I'm also like, Jesus, like they're like
full adults.
Yeah, close to 30.
Damn.
Wow, time flies.
Yeah.
But they had the setup. So you got the PS3, the Xbox 360. Some of you youngins listening to this might not know about that because we're like 2 generations ahead now.
Uh-huh.
But their room was the spot.
Yeah.
To vibe. So
big room.
they'd have us in there. We'd be chilling. Just play a lot of like Marvel vs. Capcom and like Tekken in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have fun. I might win a few games till they play against me, and then I'm getting waxed every time. But I think I'm trying to remember the full story of this. But basically, they're like, "Oh, you guys ever want to be here? Like, let's pull up and like play the game." They're like, "Oh, sure, yeah, like anytime." So we took that as, "Oh, we can just like this is an arcade. Like you can just walk in." So Caleb and I are like, "Yo, we want to play like Injustice, like let's go to their room, like let's just play the game." Like they said it was cool. So we like walked in, like they got the couch set up, like it was waiting for us. We're playing Mario Kart, we're playing like Injustice. It's like a Saturday afternoon or something. It's like 7:00 at night. Like time has flown by, and like
we're in there for hours.
We're in there for hours. Like I was not drinking water. Like it was horrible. And like the door opens and they walk in. And it's like, yo, what the fuck are you doing in here? What the fuck? And it's like, oh, wait, whoa. You said feel free to come by anytime.
Yeah.
I know you gotta be invited. Like, sit in a crib, like, sitting on my bed. Got your shoes on, you sitting up here crisscross applesauce. Like, it's like, oh, we got a little too comfortable. That was a good memory. That was a good time.
That was a great time.
Shout out to them. Because, I'm pretty sure we did get our asses beat.
I was about to say it turned violent after that.
Yeah, it turned real violent. But it was, really violent,
Yeah.
It's like, you're wrestling, but it's like, damn.
There's
like,
a lot of wrestling.
I actually did get dunked on my neck just now. It's a real suplex.
We were like little freshmen and they were both like 6'4".
Yeah, no, they're both tall as shit.
Yeah.
Okay, this isn't giving away his identity, but one of them, their last name was Ortega, and like he convinced me over the course of the conversation that he was the heir to like Ortega Tacos, like who make like the shells. I believed him, like for days. I was like, yo, like he's got money, like he's got that taco money, bro, like
that taco
money. I had no idea. And in my defense, there are a lot of like rich people there who you would not think were like, I don't know, like anytime you see a last name, it's like, have I heard that before? And like, am I tripping or am I not tripping?
Yeah.
Probably
not tripping.
I'm probably not. That's what I'm saying. More times than not, you're not tripping.
Yeah. Great times at that school, man.
Great time.
The best of times, the worst of times.
Truly. Oh my God. I remember this recently because I was watching Avengers 2 with Jasmine because she's never seen the Marvel movies. Mm-hmm. So we were going in order. And I was just like, oh, I remember seeing this or like seeing that. Or like we're trying to get through Ant-Man right now. And I was like, oh, I think I saw that with like Caleb and our other friend that we were just talking about. And I was like, oh, like that's crazy. But Avengers 2, I like skipped the SAT to go watch that movie in theaters. Mind you, Caleb and the rest of our friends, we made plans because we were all taking the SAT too.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, cool. Like, I'll watch it like after like the test. But I just woke up that morning and I was like, fuck standardized testing, bro. Like, I don't want to take this shit. So I literally called a taxi and I went to the next town over, and I just saw the movie by myself.
Even though we are going that afternoon.
So I literally got back, and they were like, "Oh, Shane, where were you? Like, we see you at the test. Like, you feeling okay?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm feeling dope, bro. That movie was lit." Yeah, they literally went to go see it without me. Like minutes later, I was like, "Yeah, have fun, you know. Like, stay after the credits, you know. Stay for that."
Worked out fine for you, though.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. Listen, man, standardized tests. Easy for me to say, right? Because, like, you know, I guess it worked out, but like,
yeah,
they're stupid.
Oh,
they're so dumb, man. Like, grades shouldn't matter, numbers shouldn't matter. I took all those APs, and for what? None of them counted in school.
Insane, bro.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. High school seniors really are just like destroying themselves and
stressed out.
Then they go to college and they're either overconfident, so they flunk their first semester, or they're like cannot deal with stress and they flunk their first semester. You're gonna flunk your first semester, like it's gonna be hard.
I know. I got to college and I was just burnt out. Like,
yeah,
not that my courses were particularly hard or anything like that, but I was just like, I'm not trying to do work right now.
No.
And low key, that kind of stayed with me for like a lot of college.
I mean,
I always got my stuff done and like did pretty well.
Yeah.
But like as far as my work ethic goes, like it could have definitely been a little bit better.
Yeah, it's just like I feel like I'm someone who's like a diamond, or not a diamond. No, in terms
no,
of
you're a diamond. Come on, thanks, man. You know your worth. Know your worth.
We like diamonds.
Yeah.
I'm not. Unlike the first episode, I value myself much higher monetarily. How much money would you buy me for? A lot more than. I said like what, 300 mil?
You said 30 mil.
I did say 30 mil. Oh,
yeah.
I'm sick. 30 bill.
Yeah.
Fixed it. You know, we put our money, but in terms of like the work I've produced, I've always had like a diamonds are made under pressure philosophy, because I'm a huge procrastinator, and I get anxious about this kind of stuff, and my attention span is horrible. But you know, when it's midnight, when the paper's due at midnight and it's 11 p.m., you gonna get 10 pages.
That's what I was saying.
You gonna get 10 pages.
This gonna be some heat.
And they gonna be right. It's gonna be some heat. They're like, wow, it's like you really were just like thinking about the text in like all these nuanced ways. And I'm like, listen, like you don't really make the connections you need to make until you're delirious. Like low key, I'm not promoting good study habits. Like please be better than me. But like, I wrote a thesis. I wrote 120 pages.
That's a lot of pages.
It was a lot of pages. I mean, I wrote it over the course of the year, and like at several checkpoints, I was a little behind.
Yeah.
Just to be honest with you. And that was the first time it was like, you can't do this overnight.
No.
Like, you literally can't.
No, you cannot write 120 pages overnight.
No.
That is...
If you value being alive, like, you can't. But, you know, you pace yourself, you get better at it. But, you know, that's just how my brain works. Like, I'm just not... I do my best to, like, be on top of stuff.
Yeah.
But I struggle. I have to do more to be on.
Yeah, I know. I'm pretty similar. I definitely feel that. I think I perform a lot better under pressure or like in the last minutes.
Yeah, the second half.
Turn up in the second half.
Yeah, like I'd be blowing 3-1 leads. The people who are up is, you know, the L I'm about to take. But I'm like, oh no, we got this. It ain't over till it's over. Ain't over till it's over.
Oh man.
Speaking of over, I feel like this second half is just gonna be. I feel like it's fine if it's on the shorter end.
Yeah.
This could even be like a bonus episode.
I think they're both about an hour.
Honestly, yeah. I think we evened it out.
Yeah.
We did. This is a good job. This is a good job. If this were one episode, you definitely wouldn't fucking listen to this.
No.
Now that it's two,
it's
way
too long.
Oh my god, it would be the worst. No, but you know, I don't even remember what came from one conversation and was in the other.
For this episode?
Well, this one was. I think the second episode was a little tighter.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure. We got warmed up. Episode 1.
First episode was interesting.
Yeah. But 4 is like the number of death in according to like Japanese religion. So I've heard. Yeah, like 4 is like an unlucky number. So if anything, episode 4 being trash is like no surprise. Because like the 4th movie of something is usually just kind of like mid. Like Star Wars, the 4th movie is a little trash.
Which one is that? The first prequel?
No, because technically that one came. No.
But that was
you're right. Yeah. Phantom Menace is trash.
Yeah.
Phantom Menace is trash. Like, Goblet of Fire isn't that great. Goblet of Fire is kind of mid. Indiana Jones 4, big garbage.
I don't think I've seen that.
Toy Story 4 might be the only decent 4th movie.
Toy Story 4 is fire.
It's so fire, bro. We stay standing that movie on the show.
Fire.
Yo, have you seen? Okay, like last thing. Have you seen Monsters at Work?
No.
So it's a TV show on Disney Plus. It's the sequel to Monsters Inc.
It's a show?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's actually really funny.
There's a lot of stuff on Disney Plus I need to catch up on. There's Loki. There's
Gotta watch Loki. Season 1 finale.
What's the show with
WandaVision?
Yeah, WandaVision. There's the Bad Batch.
Bad Batch is flames. Yeah.
There's the What If series that's coming up, right?
Yeah, that's coming in August.
Looks pretty cool.
Yeah, you got our boy Killmonger in there meeting Tony Stark.
Yep. I hope there's some more Star Wars series coming up.
Yep.
Hopefully it's
do you see the Star Wars anime series coming out?
No. I was talking about the live action ones because they're like an Obi-Wan series.
There is. I think Obi-Wan's in this one.
A Boba Fett series.
Fett. What's his name from Rogue One is getting a show. I mean, that's just
Rogue One. Hopefully another season of The Mandalorian coming.
Yep. Season 3. We should get eventually. I think it's gonna come this year.
Yeah.
This time without Gina Carano.
Yeah. Disney Plus is coming out strong, man.
Yeah.
Coming out real strong.
Good for them, because I feel like Netflix just kind of hasn't been doing it for me recently.
They just don't. I feel like they don't have a lot of intellectual property.
Yeah, their IP selection is a little. I mean, there's more stuff coming. Like, I just haven't gotten into The Witcher.
Yeah,
I tried. It seems like it might.
I haven't even tried.
It's just like, I don't know, man. I don't want to see Superman.
Yeah.
Just running around on a horse. I don't know if that really does much for me.
The Superman or just...
That's a topic for another episode. It's a topic for another episode. Because there's no such thing as the Superman. Like, if we live in a multiverse for real and there are like infinite parallel versions of us, then by that logic, there is no version of us that is somehow like the version. We're all just...
I disagree.
Like, you're A. Caleb and I'm A. Shane.
No, I disagree.
So there's no Prime.
I am the if there are multiverses, I am the Caleb.
How do you know?
And every other Caleb is based off of this universe.
Well, only relationally. So if another Caleb from another dimension popped up right now, you're the Caleb to me because you're the Caleb of my universe.
The Caleb always.
You're a Prime Caleb.
Yeah.
Well then.
Yeah.
You know what? Honestly, yeah, I'm the Shane. Fuck it. Like, let me have some presence of mind and be like, yo, you know what? Like, I can be cool with myself enough to think that I am the only me in the universe.
Exactly. And this is the bad thing.
Sure enough. Big facts, bad ting. Big facts, bad ting. Let them know. Bad Ting already plugged the socials at some point. We definitely did not give her a good transition to do that.
No. But we can do that now.
Yeah, Bad Ting, plug socials.
Mm-hmm. Find us on Instagram at ABW Podcast, no spaces, and for business inquiries or general mail, our email is theanythingButWorkPod@gmail.com.
Yeah, definitely follow us on Instagram. Maybe we should make a Twitter.
We really should make a Twitter.
Yeah.
We'll make a Twitter.
We're on Twitter now, at Anything But Work.
All right, that was Anything But Work, episode 5.
Thanks for listening again.
Yeah, seriously, appreciate you. Anytime, every time. Hopefully, this episode, I feel like this one was pretty light on super topical stuff, which is great, because technically we recorded this right after 4. So, like, if anything happens in the next week, that is just like, wow, super crazy.
Yeah.
Let's hope it doesn't. Like,
no. And once again, please share with your friends. We said at the end of last episode that we were going to start engaging in some sort of questions or polls or whatever, and we never actually got to that.
Yeah, but we like really want that. Like, I'm gonna like open the next episode with that, and then I think while these are releasing, we're gonna be like doing like actual polls. And you will start hearing those in new episodes, because I mean that's the thing, right? Like anything but work, like we're not the only people who want to talk about stuff besides our job. Like, want to know like what's going on in your life, like, you know, what's your relationship like with yourself, with a partner, perhaps with your friends. Like, what are you into? Like, what's your life like? Are you a furry? Do you want to educate Caleb?
Please do.
I'm
ignorant.
He's really confused, and I'm sorry I don't want to put you on that pedestal, because he maybe he could Google these things, but also when people are like, "Yo, just Google it," it's kind of like, well, now the burden of responsibility to get accurate information about this nuanced topic is going to be on this person who already said something ignorant. So like, they're probably not going to figure it out off Google.
Don't trust me.
Yeah. So yeah, teach this man. Teach me too. I want to learn new stuff. I am ignorant, aren't we all? So yeah. Anything but work, nothing but classics. Go find a corner to piss in. Love you.
Wow.